Hello, hello. Test. Can everyone hear me okay? How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! Who's ready to hear some bad reviews of the Big Apple? I'm excited. Well, thank you all so much for coming tonight. Just to give you a little introduction, I'm Jessica. I'm the Creator Relations Manager at Anchor. If you're not already familiar with what Anchor is, we are the easiest way to make a podcast. So you can record, edit, distribute, and monetize your podcast for free. And so we've been working pretty closely with Alex and Christine for a couple months now and just watching their podcast grow. And so we're really excited to be here, not only to celebrate their growth, but also to get their fans and them in the room for the first time ever. So without further ado, I give you Alex and Christine from Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet.
Welcome to Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet, a podcast featuring real reviews written by people who just need the world to know what they think. Between you and me, I wanted to like this podcast, but I'd give it 0 stars if I could.
This is insane. Hello.
This is the wildest thing we've ever done. Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming.
This is so cool. We're going to see if this works. We have no idea.
If you don't know yet, we're Beach Too Sandy, Water Too Wet. We read terrible reviews. And today we have a special episode because it's all about New York.
New York.
Yeah.
I do want to tell you guys it was extremely easy to find reviews. So this was one of the easiest to prep for ever. But yeah, we're going to also try to play our cool dramatic background music. We'll see if that, we'll see what happens. This is Spotify. They know what they're doing. Yeah. I mean, do you have any more anecdotes?
Well, I just want to say we're going to split it up into 2 halves.
Oh, right.
So the first about 15 minutes, we're going to do reviews of places in Times Square.
Yeah.
Then we're going to switch it up and do reviews of landmarks.
Guys,
and end that way. So
I spent like 3 hours last night going through all of them and like hand selecting the top ones. There were dozens. I had dozens anyway.
And I've reread these like 20 times each, so if I mess up, I have no excuse.
Great. Set the bar high. Okay, I think I'm gonna start, huh?
Go for it.
Okay, so let's do this thing. My first review is of a beloved place called the Olive Garden in Times Square. So you can imagine that went pretty well for me.
That's where the after party is.
Yeah, that's right. Apparently they don't do unlimited breadsticks there, which, let me just tell you. All right, 1 star by Jeff. Saturday. This is harder than I thought. Okay. At least pausing works. Okay. Saturday, November 3rd, 2018, 3:30 p.m. I was very unhappy not to be seated at that hour. Instead, I was forced to sit alone at the bar. The bartender was very good. The food, as always, was excellent. But I was extremely unhappy to find out that a big restaurant in New York City has no internet. After all, restaurants in Philadelphia have internet. After eating my dinner, I went to a disgusting bathroom with trash piles everywhere and servers taking off their clothes. I will never be back to this Olive Garden. End of review.
What the heck?
I wanted to start off on like, I don't know what note
kind of note
that
is
note.
that?
I don't know. I don't know what that was. I just wanted to make fun of New York a little bit.
Yes.
Compare you to Philadelphia.
Philadelphia's better, apparently.
Yeah.
The Olive Garden's better in I don't know.
Unlimited breadsticks there, I bet. And Wi-Fi.
Something.
Okay. Gotta start the song over. Hold
Yes.
on. Oh,
We'll see how this works.
it's going really well so far.
Handle it while I'm reading.
Okay.
So my first one is of Madame Tussauds.
Why do you pick a fucking
I don't know, I
French
got
word
really
for your
weird.
first review?
Got really weird with
It's
that.
the most Alexander
Madame
thing.
Tussauds, New York, the Wax Museum. It's by Ducky.
Sure.
1 star.
Okay.
This is so bad. Sorry, that's not part of the review.
It sounds like it's part of the review. You
Okay,
should
now
just
I'm
rolled
ready.
with it. Okay.
1 star by Ducky.
Got it.
A friend and I visited the museum. We were very disappointed. My friend is a huge Michael Jackson fan, and we had gone expecting to see his figure. And all that was there was a plaque and a molding of his hand. I could have seen a molding of his hand here, so thanks for nothing. That molding of his hand should have been giving us the finger. Because after paying $80 just to see a stupid plaque, I sure feel like I got fucked. Excuse my language. I feel like one of those people from Leaving Neverland.
Oh. I had to pause
that's bad. I
to
know.
take a breath.
I started off with a real bad one, I know.
He told me, he's like, my first one's bad. I was like, I'll go first. And I said, how bad? And he goes, it's about Michael Jackson. And I was like, I don't want to know anymore.
Setting the tone.
Yeah, setting the tone.
That's
All
what we
right.
want. Okay, almost done, don't worry.
Okay, go ahead.
And as for my friend, well, she was so heartbroken, she passed out from crying.
What?
I don't know why that's the reason she
Okay,
passed out.
I do have
don't know.
a question.
Tell me.
So
Yeah.
she says, we could have seen that here.
Yes.
Philadelphia, I'm assuming.
It's not.
Where?
Most likely the Madame Tussauds in Philadelphia.
Right.
I don't know where Ducky lives.
Why didn't you find out?
You know, I'd never bothered to ask him.
Well,
There's not much left.
oh, there's more?
There's one sentence. Next I visit,
Shit.
I won't be going to your museum. That's all. End of review.
Okay. It
So
didn't
just
need
'cause
music for
you
that.
it needed to be clear he won't be back.
Okay. I didn't know that about the hand molding,
Fair warning, I guess.
I guess.
If you're a big Michael Jackson fan.
I'm sure you are, all of you. Okay. I have another one of the Olive Garden because I couldn't help myself. I simply couldn't. Okay. This is a 1-star review by Mike. I'm already laughing at my own content. Okay. Here we go. Wow. I went here with my family expecting the service we have gotten at every other Olive Garden, especially the one in our hometown of Orlando, Florida. Go Solar Bears! I asked Blaze what that was. He was like, I have no idea.
These people are so specific of where they prefer their Olive Gardens. I don't know.
Well, Solar Bears, we found out, is their
Oh,
hockey
yeah, what is
team.
that?
Their hockey team. Solar Bears, never mind.
Of all oh no, never mind.
Bad experience. My wife's fettuccine was cold, sad. And the waitstaff was so distracted they couldn't refill our waters and my daughter's Coke. I don't know why my daughter would want to come to such a horrible city, but no offense. But I thought at least an Olive Garden would be like being back home in Orlando. Sad experience, Olive Garden. End of review. No one's happy here.
That's so bad.
I do like that people come here and they're like, what's the most Florida thing I can find
The Olive Garden.
in New York City? Well, apparently it didn't work for Mike. You
Poor
guys
Mike.
the Olive Garden here is too authentic for people from Florida, I guess. Okay, your turn.
Well, I have another one of Madame Tussauds.
See, we can't help ourselves.
No.
All right.
That's a short one.
Okay.
This is by Robert, 1 star. The wax statues are scarily lifelike. I looked at Carrie Underwood and felt like a perv. End of review.
I feel like these people think this is livejournal.com. Like, why are you saying
This
that?
doesn't need to be said.
Like, can you imagine you're applying for a job and they're like, let's do a quick Google. It's like,
And this is a local guide.
Oh,
So
it's always the
apparently
local
this is
guides.
someone out in your city telling people what they should be doing.
He has a badge.
Very trustworthy.
A literal badge. It's not literal, actually. It's
hope not.
Very much not. Okay, guys, I want to tell you that the best place I found in Times Square for reviews was Eminem's World. And I don't know what is happening there, but something really wild is going on in this store. We
gotta end up there.
I
at
had
some
to
point
cut out
tonight.
like 6 of them because I had so many.
It's
And like
true.
people had pictures of their shoes were ripped in half by the escalator. I was like, it's like violent. I don't know. So with that note,
It's violent.
it's very violent.
Beware. Yeah.
So I have a 1-star review by Chris. You guys can hear my throat clearing now. We can't edit it out. Sorry. Okay. I'm still mad at one of the employees. He gave me a hard time for wanting to try a single M&M off the wall. There's a mural, by the way. Really? I can't eat just one? Telling me I can't have M&Ms, then you shouldn't have a wrinkled shirt collar. So, what I did is I filled up an entire bag of M&Ms and left it nearby that employee just to mess with him. LOL. End of review.
An entire bag?
An entire bag. He really got him.
Oh my God.
I'm sure that employee was just distressed.
Yeah, especially once you notice that wrinkle in his
Oh, God.
shirt collar. What a weird, bizarre insult. Like, very specific.
Yes. Yes, that's, yes.
Says a lot about the employee. That's the only
my
thing that could be
sentiments
made fun
exactly.
of.
But apparently there is a mural, and a lot of people were extremely upset they couldn't eat it. So there's that.
This is tangent, but remember that
Jelly
growing
bean
up-
art. No.
Well, that. God. We made a lot of that in
We used
middle
to,
school.
Renee and I used to eat those, but then we learned
That's
they were
gross.
spray painted. So
I was thinking of the gum tree at the beach water park, where people would go by and put their gum
Oh,
in it.
nasty.
It'd be like
Okay.
a mural of gum.
Did you eat that?
No.
Oh,
I've
okay.
just-
This is not the time nor place to figure that out. Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to also read a review of M&M's World.
Yay. These are my new favorite.
This
okay.
is a 1-star by Kayla.
Okay.
The extremely overpriced M&Ms.
Uh-oh.
Hello.
I did it.
It doesn't work without the music.
It's not playing, in case you couldn't tell.
Okay, I'll just do it. We'll just...
Wow.
Their laughter will drown it out anyway. I hope. So 1-star by Kayla.
It might just come on like really suddenly in the
That's
middle.
okay. The extremely overpriced M&Ms gave me diarrhea every time. Missing the music.
Damn, if that music were playing.
Gave me diarrhea every time I ate them. And I eat M&Ms all the time. So I know I'm not just allergic to them. End of review.
Wait, that's exactly what you are. Wait, I'm so confused. They eat M&Ms and get diarrhea every time?
No, just the extremely overpriced ones.
Oh, the expensive ones. Right. Right.
With better ingredients.
That
I
makes
don't
a
know
lot
what
of
it is about
sense.
them. I don't know.
Cleaner, I don't know how to make this play. Yeah, it's just not playing.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
It was fun while it lasted. Okay, I have one of M&M. I think M&M's World just fucked all my shit up. Okay. Am I allowed to swear? Who knows? Okay. This is a 1-star review by John. We got stuck in your elevator for over 30 minutes. It was extremely hot inside your elevator. People had to start undressing
what?
because we couldn't breathe.
2 of your reviews now have people undressing.
Most of them do. I don't know. Don't ask me why. Okay. Let's not delve into it. I started to have an asthma attack. A pregnant woman started having a panic attack, and then her husband started freaking out. First, he started hitting the walls and screaming.
Okay, you were not kidding about your reviews.
Oh, and this isn't even the one where his shoes got ripped in half.
Yeah, this is a violent place.
I told you it's violent. I told you. Wait for this part. First, he started hitting the walls and screaming. Then he tried to break open the roof. I had to call 911 multiple times. Then, when we finally got out, nobody on the staff even cared that this happened to me. We didn't even get a free M&M, not even one. End of review.
Maybe it just happens so often. They're like,
Not again.
We'd run out of business.
This guy just crawls out of the roof of the elevator, and they're like, no free M&Ms for you.
Someone probably messed with it trying to get free M&Ms. These people are crazy.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay, I've got one more of M&M's World.
Jesus, okay.
This is by Sam, 1-star. I'm hoping this translates well, but we'll see.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
Perfect timing.
It was my fault, not yours, Spotify, I promise.
I went to M&M World expecting a fun experience. However, it was all spoiled by a Grinch of an M&M employee. I was fulfilling my dream of making a custom M&M. and
Big dreams in this part of the world, yes.
And I had chosen the words Kig Bok.
Sorry, what?
I'm going to spell it out for everyone.
Kids Bop?
You're going to have to try to use your imagination. Cigbock. And then if you switch the C and the B,
Oh, for God's sake.
there's more.
Of course
So
there is.
Kig Bok, Pig Venus,
Oh, for God's sake. This is their dream in life?
and Wig Beaner.
That's my favorite.
That's bad.
That's my favorite.
The machine allowed me to write this on the M&M. However, when I brought it up to be printed, the employee made a big deal about it and called her manager. She was very rude and made me reprint the M&M. I hate the M&M world. End of review.
Well, what did they change it to?
I do like that they had to like change it. They're like, okay, fine, I'll do my second
Yeah, plan B.
best. Yeah,
Oh my God, I can only imagine the possibilities that this person has created.
I don't want to.
I don't either. Okay. We're moving now to Bubba Gump Shrimp. Your other star location. Okay, Ronald gave it 1 star. You would have to have a very low IQ to think this food tastes good. It's awful, tasteless, poorly prepared, overpriced, processed seafood served cold, eventually. The service and management are clueless, which seems to be the theme here. I ordered the seafood platter, which looks like a kid's meal in a Happy Meal box. A fish fillet would be better than the 2 pinky finger-sized fish strips. Wow, that's a rough sentence. Not gonna try again. 2 tiny shrimp and 2 meatball-sized crab pieces served atop stale, hardened fries. They couldn't even pay me to eat this dog food. Please don't waste your time. Anything would be better, even that street vendor who blows his nose with his hands. End of review. I read that whole stupid review just for the last line. Probably should have abridged.
I was wondering when it was coming. I
You
knew
were
there
like,
was
this
something
isn't funny,
coming.
Christine.
Like this is just like every other review you read on Yelp, and then it was like, okay, there it is. Yeah.
Oh, is that a thing? I don't want to know. Don't tell me. Okay.
Well, I think we should avoid them either way.
Yeah. Okay.
No offense, New Yorkers.
Yeah, we're kind of just throwing you under the bus. I'm sorry. Your turn?
Yeah.
Where are we going?
You know what? Let's go to Ripley's Believe It or Not.
Ooh.
Nice and quick one by Sean. 2 stars.
Okay, we're moving on up.
Believe it or not, it's a ripoff. End of review. I love those stupid ones. I had to throw in a really dumb one like that.
Some people on the internet are kind of funny sometimes. Sometimes. Okay. Where are we going?
You tell me.
I have a problem. We're going back to M&M World. I'm
Oh my
so
God.
sorry.
I shouldn't have done that. I should have told you where to go next.
I can't stop myself. I have so many. Okay. This is 1 star by Nancy. I'm giving M&M World 1 star because I'm upset at whoever made M&Ms without peanuts.
Wait, what? Without peanuts?
Yes.
Not even with peanuts? Okay, sorry.
Yes. There should be one kind only.
As if the peanut ones came first? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, Nancy's
Nancy,
gonna
tell
explain.
me.
Nancy's gonna explain herself, sort of. It's disgusting. If I wanted to just eat chocolate, I would go buy a Hershey's Kiss. I am outraged at this decision and think it should be revoked from the market, please and thank you. End of review.
What world is this person living in?
M&M World.
There's literally a Hershey's place like
that's- I
right next
know.
door, right?
I
I think there's like a Hershey's thing in Times Square.
Yeah, there's a something, but that wasn't as exciting. For some reason,
I guess not.
M&M's
Yeah, I
World,
didn't find any good
something's-
ones there.
Something's in the water.
Crazies go to the M&M
Okay.
place. Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Are we ready for a landmark?
Oh, yeah.
Probably. How about the Statue of Liberty?
Sure.
We can see it out the
Yeah.
window. That's the first time I saw it, was from the windows up here.
People had a lot to say about the Statue of Liberty. You go first.
Here's what Philip had to say. He gave it 1 star. This was a big green statue.
A+.
Observant. This was a big green statue, and that's it. Very boring. No hot dog. End of review.
I thought he was going to be like, no water slide. Like, what else would it be? A big statue?
Once again, he's very observant. He's not wrong.
He probably just goes to places all over the world and it's like, it's...
Hot dog?
There's no
he's
hot
a little
dogs.
check mark. Color of the statue,
probably
size of the statue. Okay.
He's probably a local guide, too. Okay. I also have a Statue of Liberty one. This one's very short. This is by Julian. 1 star. Honestly, I've never been, but I've seen it in movies, and this landmark feels completely random to me. End of review. What a little asshole.
I mean, where do they get that idea?
Where do you sit on the internet and you're like, you know what? I have something to say. Like, what? You've never even been there? Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. I
It's
don't
a
even know why
problem.
I try to like pick apart these.
We always
people's-
do.
I
We
know.
always try to rationalize
fatal
their
flaw.
thinking, and it's never works.
It's never worked.
All right, I have one of the Empire State Building.
Fantastic.
Daniel says 1 star. People told me it was taller. Wouldn't recommend. End of review.
Who told him that?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. It's like, what kind of conversation is that? Where they tell, oh, it's this many feet
How
high.
tall is it? Yeah.
And then he goes, he's like, wait a second, it's not that
This is
tall.
all
It's
wrong.
20 feet less.
So sad.
Yeah.
It's pretty tragic. I don't have one of the Empire State Building, but I do have one of Central Park.
Uh-oh.
1 star by Ronald. Horse dung, Belgian waffle truck. I think this might also, just a quick side note, I think it might be a poem. I haven't figured it out. Sometimes these people write
It sounds like
haikus.
cons and pros
Belgian waffles.
as the pro.
Right,
That's why I
okay.
said it in that
I
order.
was trying-
I did that on purpose.
Trying to weigh them. Okay, cons and pros. Got it. Horse dung, Belgian waffle truck, harassed to take a carriage ride. It all started at the Apple Store.
How long is this? This is it sounds like a novel we're getting into.
The carriage followed us all the way to the park.
Wait.
Sorry.
From the Apple Store?
I think he just saw different carriages and assumed it was like following him to the park. Dirty Statue of Liberty street performer. Horse dung, tourists, plenty of them. Dirty water, people rolling around in the grass.
I can't tell what's a pro and a con anymore.
Barefoot, gross, horse dung. End of review. It's really beautiful, actually, if you think about it.
So are the people barefoot, or
Who's to say?
is Ronald barefoot?
The horse that's
The horse.
following him around. Actually, no. I think they wear shoes, don't they? Nope. Okay. I'm sorry.
That was
We're not
Good
from
question.
this city, in case
No.
you can't tell.
Do you put shoes
We
on your
don't have
horses?
horses in Los Angeles. Okay.
I've got another one of the Empire State Building.
Great.
Okay, so this is by Xavier, 1
Okay.
star. Tonight, it was impossible to see a thing due to fog. Ticket lost for nothing, and they perfectly know that visibility was very bad, but continued to allow people enter and get to the top without saying a word or announcing anything. So I think they seem to be only interested in money. End of review.
Oh,
Just look up.
my sweet friend.
It's like what's the visibility like today?
Yeah.
There's so
They should put up a sign.
this was one of hundreds of people who
Really?
complained about clouds, about fog, about the protective fencing that keeps people from jumping
Yeah.
off. Someone really wrote a review about how they want that to be removed so you have a better view. They're like, my camera, I can't get it in there and take a good picture.
Oh, God.
People are insane.
Yeah, maybe they should
Believe
just
it or not.
put up a sign, not let anyone in anymore. It seems to never end well. Okay. Oh, I have one of Yankee Stadium. No?
No cheers.
Cool. Great.
Usually our fans really love sports.
Yeah, we're
So
we
it's a
cater to a
surprise.
very specific audience. Okay, 1 star by James. I called Craig Cartman multiple times to find out about the Veteran of the Game program with no calls returned. Due to Yankee insensitivity and especially the callousness of Craig Cartman. Also, this gets a little sad, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
But I just thought
You always have to throw a sad one in
Sorry,
there.
I always ruin the mood. Okay. And the callousness of Craig Cartman, who was too busy to return at least one of my calls, I couldn't get my...
When she laughs like that, you know it's something she shouldn't be laughing at.
I don't know why I didn't remove this one. Okay. I couldn't get my 92-year-old dad in on time, and I was told that I had to wait another year before he would be considered again. Well, Craig, my dad died today.
Oh my God.
I hope you're happy, Craig. I'm sorry. I mean, well, okay. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out. This is why I thought it was funny because
Yeah, tell us why you think this is funny. This can only
I
get
thought
better.
it was funny because James, the day his dad died, was like, let me get on Yelp real quick.
That's true.
I have to talk about Craig.
He's got
Like
his
he was
priorities
waiting
set.
to yell at Craig through Yelp.
He's
anyway,
probably like, I hope he dies before the next year.
so I can stick it to that
Craig.
callous Craig.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I'm joining you in this terribleness. I'm trying.
Are you serious? Oh, I
No,
thought
I'm
you
telling
had
you,
another.
by making that comment, I gotta step away from this. I'm not associated with that.
Okay, great.
All right, I have one of the Metropolitan Museum of Art.
Okay, great.
1 star by Davis. Oh, we've got a
we
museum
got more
fan.
more than the sports.
Good.
Great.
Well, Davis, yeah.
Doesn't agree.
Davis says, it's cool if you like art. I don't like art. End of review. Short and sweet.
I gotta say, it's pretty classic. That's a pretty classic.
At least gave a reason for a 1 star review.
At least. I didn't read this one, but there was one I found of Wicked on Broadway, and it was like, if you're like most men, you hate singing too. And I was like,
Oh
what?
my God.
Anyway, all right, let's go to Cats on Broadway.
Yes.
You know, I tried really hard to find a 5-star redemption, and I couldn't, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. So this is a 1 star by Ella. Sorry, but one of the worst shows I've ever seen on Broadway. Not exactly appropriate for kids. I took my little one, and there is way too much sexy moves.
No.
I just spit everywhere.
Don't
I'm
say
so
that.
sorry.
No.
Okay. There is way too much sexy moves and wiggling of behinds going on. Some kids got so scared they started crying. The cats, they jump out of nowhere.
The show sounds terrifying to me. I've never seen it.
But also super sexy. Okay. Okay. They jump out of nowhere, next to you, or even above you. I don't think that part's true. We left after the first half. It was too boring.
Okay.
That one threw me.
No. You can't say all of that and then say it's boring.
Yeah.
It sounds
The cats
pretty
were jumping
fucking
out of the
exciting.
ceiling. Yeah. It's too boring and not entertaining for my child. Unfortunate waste of money. End of review.
You don't belong there, whoever you are.
Clearly.
I don't even remember your name. You're boring.
Whoa.
No.
All right.
Okay, I've got a quick one of the Brooklyn Bridge
Okay.
by Christian.
I'm
1
ready.
star. PP. End of review.
This is the class.
I did a lot of good research.
This is the class and maturity we try to bring you every Wednesday on Beach Too Sandy.
I needed to get as many landmarks in as possible.
You did it. Good job.
Now we can say we did the Brooklyn Bridge. No one can complain.
So we're already approaching our half-hour mark, or past it actually, but that's okay. I have a redemption because I know I always make everyone feel really bad.
Yeah, so we want to end on a good note.
Yay!
I have no idea what this is. So if it's not a good note, I'm sorry.
This is an homage. This is a 5-star review of Sbarro Times Square.
Yes.
Which has since closed, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it. Okay, I gotta find my manager music. Redemption music. Ready? Let's go. 5 stars by Pam. In my 1-week stay in New York City, this was the first restaurant we ate at in our party. It was absolutely amazing.
Yes.
The staff are so lovely and welcoming as they greeted us with rhythmic singing and a tambourine. It's a weird-ass city.
How did this place close?
The food was absolutely spectacular. The pizza was gorgeous, even though it was dripping in so much oil. The cheesecake, amazing. But the salad, oh my lord, the salad.
What?
It was perfect.
This can't be real.
In my entire life, I have never eaten corn and green beans that have tasted so good. A lovely place to go. Best slice of New York pizza I've ever had. End of review.
I think that might have been the most insulting one to all the New Yorkers.
My redemptions are always a little bit backhanded
That's hilarious,
and
though.
upsetting, so sorry.
That made me very happy personally.
Yeah.
I don't care about them, but for me, it was uplifting.
Pam is crying somewhere. Not that they're closed, but
The salad.
the tambourine, I mean, come on. That can't be real, right? Okay.
I hope it was.
All right.
All right, well, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for having us, guys.
Yes.
I'm sorry for the slight technical issues that were all my fault.
Yeah, and thank you to Anchor
That's
and
what I get
Spotify
for
and
using an
everything,
Apple product at a Spotify
who did nothing
show.
wrong.
Sorry.
Yeah.
My fault. Anyway, but thank you for having us. This was awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, everyone.
There's Jess.
Hello. So now we're gonna do a little Q&A. So.
Oh, right.
Just
Yes,
ready to
we're
go
gonna do a
back. She's
Q&A.
like, I'm out of
I
here.
don't know if I told you, but so just raise your hand and either I or Sam can walk over to you.
Ooh.
So I'm actually from Cincinnati as well.
Hey, Hooday.
And I'm about to turn 21, and I was wondering if you could recommend some bars
Nick
or,
Lachey's bar.
It's closed.
or some restaurants.
That one closed.
Nick Lachey's is
Damn.
closed,
For unknown
unfortunately. That is
reasons.
what I would have said. You take this.
We're not very cool.
You go back there more
okay.
often than I do.
Let's see.
It's Dave and Buster's. I'm kidding. Okay.
Over the Rhine is cool and hip now,
It
is
is
what
very
I hear.
hip. What's the banks?
Sure. That sounds
There's some
right.
bars down there.
Check Yelp.
Man, this is off to a rough start. I'm sorry.
I have never done a Q&A before. I don't know
shows.
if you can tell or not. That's my advice. A happy birthday.
Oh yeah, happy birthday. That's right.
Yay. Any other question? Oh, God.
We got one.
Have either one of you ever felt compelled to leave a 1-star review of some place or something?
Interesting.
This morning, yes.
Oh, that's right.
I did have a run-in with the hotel this morning.
Sound like you were going to say the law,
A
and I was
run-in.
like, okay.
I know, I make it sound so much more dramatic than it was. No, they're just really rude to me for asking
But
a
we
question.
can never bring ourselves to that point.
I would never write a 1-star review
We-
unless someone maybe physically assaulted me or did something
Oh.
like that.
Sure.
But
We were
like,
raised with like Catholic guilt, like seeped in our bones.
I think
and
that's
so,
what it is.
There's like you just can't do it. I did once leave a 1-star rating because there was like this puppy mill situation.
that
was
kind of stuff. Yeah.
animal stuff.
I think
will
ethics.
Ethics.
Yeah. When it comes to ethics, I would.
Catholic morals.
Yep.
As you can tell,
We're upstanding
we're
citizens.
full
So
of, yeah, that's the only time I've ever left a 1-star review, and they deserved it.
yes, agreed.
If your podcast gets a 1-star review, which we all hope won't happen, will you commit
It
to
has.
read
It
them?
has happened.
Do you read them?
I used to.
We did.
No, I mean, will you read them on your show? Like
Oh, God,
Because
no.
I think your fans might like that.
You know what? I've thought about that, reading the 1-star reviews.
Hurts me.
We're really
We're too sensitive.
big babies.
Which is so sad for what we do. Because we make fun of people who write 1-star reviews, and yet we can't handle them ourselves.
See, I tried to warn him because at the beginning he was reading all the reviews and I was like, this isn't going to end well for you. They're all 5 stars right now, and then quickly
We've had some bad
things
ones.
will turn.
Yeah.
And they did. I don't know if we'd ever read one. I don't think so. I try to
I think
avoid them.
we mentioned one at some point, but I think offhandedly,
Yeah.
and the person who wrote it emailed us,
Oh, yeah.
apologized, said they had
Yeah.
a bad day, changed their review,
That's right.
and then I felt bad because
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then we
just
got on, we
shamed-
apologized to them, and we were like,
Yeah,
what is
we
this?
shamed this guy into changing his review, which was not our intention.
But it worked, so.
Yeah, it did work. So maybe we should do it.
Yeah. Actually,
Yeah.
you might have changed our game plan. Thank you. But like, if you're leaving a 1-star review, why are you still listening to the show?
I don't
Oh,
know.
whatever.
I don't get
Okay,
it.
Not the time.
So over the holiday break, my sister and I vaguely entertained the idea of doing a podcast. If you could give advice to 2 siblings who want to start a
Hell
podcast
yeah.
without killing each other,
Oh,
what
well.
would your advice be?
Well, don't live together because we do
Yeah.
that. It makes it. Well, I guess
It's
it
gone
works.
pretty well, surprisingly well.
Shockingly.
But first of all, just do it. Just go
Yeah,
for it.
just do it. If you have an idea and you think you're gonna have fun, do it. 'cause
Absolutely. And also we spend more time together now because of it, which is fun, and it's scheduled, so it's not
We
like
have
I don't
scheduled
know,
fun
it's-
time together.
It's different. It's
Yeah.
but in a positive way.
It is a
where-
different thing because I have another podcast. Don't worry about it. But Alexander's gonna fuck. This is not how you do it. This is not how you do it with a sibling. No,
I have another one too
that's true.
with Allie. So
Yay. So I have this other podcast. And it's not with a sibling, and it's a totally different co-host relationship. I feel like with my brother, we could be like, no, that's stupid. Don't do
Yeah.
that. Or I hate, or I don't think that's funny. But I don't feel comfortable doing that with a friend.
yeah, that's helped a lot. I think we
yeah.
can be really
We're
honest
very
with each
honest
other,
with each
and we
other.
also know each other really well.
Yeah.
So that's
And
helped.
it helps if you have the same sense of humor, I think.
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, do it. That's my advice. Do it. It'll be
Yeah.
fun.
Find something you both are interested in, or both like to do, or like to talk about, and go for it.
We've had people email and say, "Oh, I listened to your podcast and it made me miss my brother or sister." So I sent them a message and I was like, "That's really sweet."
Yeah, we like that.
Yeah. So try it out. So quiet.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to New York.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
We've had a blast.
I was wondering if you are planning on venturing to Times Square.
We leave tomorrow.
I personally want to
Came-
go to this little place called Eminem's World. Listen, I've heard a lot of good things.
Probably not. I don't know. It was
okay.
too short of a trip. 'cause-
Here's the thing. Growing up, we went to New York a few times with our stepmother, who always made us go see things like The Music Man. And it was great, but I was 8. And
It's true. That's my main memory from New York.
yeah, mine too. And we would go to FAO Schwartz and do the whole thing. So I feel like when we were little, we did all those touristy things. And now we just hide in our hotel room
Yeah.
mostly. Or go for drinks, do grown-up things.
Also, after reading all those reviews,
Yeah, there's
nah.
because for all
I'm
the
okay.
ones that are funny and oh haha, there are a lot that are oh dear, I actually don't want to eat at this place. There are some actually legitimate reviews that you come to find out certain venues, certain places you might want to skip.
Yep.
Providence, Rhode Island, we were talking about earlier.
Oh yeah.
I know which movie theater has how many bathrooms, you learn a lot really quickly.
Too much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we learned too much about Times Square, unfortunately.
Yeah. But I do get lost a lot, so I might accidentally end up at Times Square. We'll see. Jury's out.
Hi, guys. I
Hello.
was wondering if you were going to review the New York City transit system, how many stars would you give it and why?
Well, we're avoiding it, so
We're from Los Angeles, so we don't understand things that aren't cars
yes.
or highways.
So I think that we'd have we'd appreciate it more than maybe a local would, because in LA we don't get that. So it'd be fun to be able to like actually get on a train and get somewhere.
You can go do it, I guess. Look how positive he is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
3 stars.
3 stars.
Very like in the middle, but a little more positive than negative.
I don't know. I'm trying to read the room. What should I rate it?
That's why you say 3, because no one can really argue.
Someone says 1, not me.
Okay.
I say 6 out of 5.
Ooh.
I think it's excellent. Yep, I'm sticking to it.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
Over there.
Hi.
If you could create your own M&M at M&M's World, what would you put on it?
I honestly feel like the gears have been turning ever since you read that one.
Ways to
I
get
haven't
that
gotten-
through the system?
Yeah, I haven't
those
gotten
ones?
very far in my thought process.
That's a good question.
Well, you know, actually, one of my cousins, when she came to my wedding, brought M&Ms with my face on them. And I was like, that's cool.
They were good.
And then my mom ate them all.
Yeah, it was the high quality stuff.
Yeah, so I guess you can do that. Put my face on it if you guys want.
Yeah, I'd like that. My face, or the Beach Too Sandy logo, I guess.
Oh, that'd be fun.
We have that.
Next live show, we'll have M&M World make us. We'll do it at
Sponsored by-
M&M's World.
yeah.
Okay, I have a whole plan.
Spotify's like, well, no, we're not
Nope.
having you back. Find a different venue.
They're like, we're not involved in
M&M
this.
World.
We do not support this venture. So yeah, my answer would be probably my face because we're vain, I guess.
I'll say our logo because I don't know.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That's a safe answer here.
Yeah, safe answer. I have the New York subway system or something. 6 out of 5.
Don't go back to that.
Okay, sorry.
Hi.
Hello.
So when you got to the Statue of Liberty, I was wondering if you, or I guess other landmarks too, if you ran into any political reviews.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yes, many.
There
Most,
anything
actually.
That was notable?
What's that?
Anything that was notable, like just awful?
They're just bad.
Yeah.
And a lot of them aren't funny because they're
That's
just
the
like
sad
sad and.
You know, my favorite phrase from our show is one that a good pal of ours from Georgia termed called, oh God, I always forget it.
Yeah, you're gonna mess it up.
Left-wing liberal lunatic losers,
Nope.
something like that.
Lunatic left-wing liberal losers.
Sure,
I
that's
think?
it. The quadruple L.
So we do like some of those reviews.
So some of them are like entertaining, you know, and I've adopted that term personally for myself.
Yes.
But most of the time they're just really depressing
Yeah.
because they're either.
But I saw them on both sides. Like a lot of people were talking about how they're like, "This is Trump's America. Like this is what it's like here."
Thanks, Obama.
And I was like, "Yeah, it
There's
does. It
both
sucks."
ends of
so,
the
hey.
spectrum. Yeah, mostly
not that
the
direction.
other way. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it out there.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, we try to avoid those because a lot of times they're just really cruel and sad and like.
Just bring things
Not
down.
funny.
Like talking about dead 92-year-olds.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
saying.
Listen, it made sense to me. It was Craig.
They laughed.
It was Craig's
so.
fault.
Craig.
He's really callous.
Hi, friend.
Hi.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay. How did you guys come up with the concept of the podcast?
I love this story.
Me too.
You tell it.
Okay. So we'd been talking about doing a podcast for a little while, just bouncing ideas off each other, but nothing was really clicking. Then on the way back from her bachelorette party in Vegas, we were driving back to LA, and Renee came up with the idea to
That's my friend.
Her friend Renee, our friend, I guess.
Not just like a random person.
Came up with the idea to look at some reviews of the places we had just been to in Vegas. So we looked at like Chippendales.
The Haunted Museum,
That's
Zach
all
Bagans' Haunted Museum.
Haunted Museum. And we started reading them, and I was like, well, this could be a podcast.
So we stole it from Renee and did it ourselves.
And it just clicked. Yeah. It made sense because we had already loved reading these
Truly,
terrible
we
reviews.
did that for like 4 hours in the car.
And then the next thing was name, and then from there, it just happened. Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like we went through a lot of really bad ideas first. So if you're thinking of starting a podcast, maybe like
take your time.
Take your time. Yeah.
I mean, do it. Definitely
Do
do it
it.
in the end, but don't rush into anything.
Don't pick maybe your first idea.
Mm-hmm.
unless you're a lot cleverer than us, then maybe go with your first idea, but ours weren't great.
No.
Mm-mm.
Hi.
Hello.
Sorry. So since you guys are almost done with all 50 states, do you think any of your episodes are going to go international?
Here is the big question.
Should we talk about this?
We haven't decided.
Spoilers?
Should we figure this out now?
No, we did talk about, it's like...
Oh, well, clearly I don't remember, so
we have mentioned doing reviews of places in Canada, maybe other countries. We specifically talked about Canada
This is
at
the
one
big
point.
spoiler?
No, it's not whatever. But, yeah. The short answer is yes.
Yes, probably. Yes, because New Hampshire is our last one, and that comes out next week. Today, no, next week. I don't know.
What was yesterday? Oh, yeah, we just did Mississippi.
Next week.
It's all a blur.
It is all a blur.
Last 50
it comes out
states.
next week, and that's our 50th state. And
It
then
is exciting.
we're gonna go, I guess, international.
That is the plan.
We also have thought of doing like, national parks or like airports or like broader subjects, but we're trying to figure out how to make that its own thing. Maybe YouTube, maybe like separate episodes. We're not sure yet.
Yeah,
but-
we're still throwing around ideas.
So if you have
but
a good one, let me know.
Yeah, email us. But yeah, no, we. I was about to say something about this.
We're going to Canada.
No, okay, yes. But we also have a lot of other ideas that we really liked in the U.S.
Oh,
that
right.
people would give us, and we'd be like, oh shoot, we already did that state, so we skipped it. So it'll be fun also to
We're
go
gonna
back and do
redo
some.
all the 50 states. You're in luck.
We'll pepper in some more U.S. ones.
All right, we're gonna do 2 more, and then don't worry, there's a meet and greet after, so you can
Don't worry.
Go up to them, you can touch them,
Mingle time.
do whatever you want.
I know you were
Oh,
really
yeah.
worried that I was gonna leave.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought that your anniversary episode, where you like surprised each other and were really sweet for half of the
That
episode,
was fun, wasn't it?
was really wonderful.
Oh,
and
what
was-
she's like was really terrible.
We didn't know what was coming next.
I was like, oh,
Wait
gee.
for it. I'm not done yet. No. Are there any other like milestones that you're excited to celebrate, or do they have to be
Good
secret
question.
surprises?
That is a good question.
Or do they have to be secret surprise?
Well, we do like the holiday ones, so we did.
Oh
like
yeah,
the
those are
Christmas
really
ones,
fun. We did a Halloween one.
because it lets us just do whatever we want, basically.
Yeah, we kind of like to do that whatever we want.
But now that we're done with the holidays, we don't know. There's no like milestones, nothing crazy happening.
I know
Maybe
we hit 1 year. That was very exciting.
100th episode, and but
Yeah, we'll probably
that's in,
create
like,
our own holidays.
40 weeks, so that's not maybe 75th.
Sure, that's like
Yeah.
the diamond
We're,
or something.
We're gonna find excuses to do special episodes because we have so much fun with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it's good to hear that someone likes them. That's good.
Yes, this is good feedback.
Because
we're
we do
getting.
them for
Thank you.
ourselves, but we're glad that someone else likes them. Good.
Thank you.
1 more.
Last but not least.
Hi.
Hi.
So I would love to know how you guys settled upon the name Beach Too Sandy,
Aha.
Water Too Wet.
This is fun too.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, we
We also had a lot of terrible ideas before that.
It was a process. First,
Yeah.
what we did was we talked about different cliches and
Yeah.
reviews. So,
6 star or 0 stars.
0 stars if I could.
Then
Negative stars.
And instead, we just made our dad read them
Yeah,
in a
and so
recording
now
and put it in the beginning of our episode.
Yes, but yeah, with the name, we kind of just there was a review that was this beach is too sandy.
Yes, it
so
is
we read,
based on an actual
we
review.
read that in one of the episodes. So it was based on an actual review.
Like not a joke review. Like they literally were complaining there was too much sand on the beach.
And so we thought, okay, that's funny, but for some reason it wasn't enough. And so we thought, what else could you complain about at the beach? Or not even at the
Oh my
beach. We just
God,
did a general thing.
We
said
had ice too cold.
That
What
was
the hell was that?
sun too hot.
But these are actual things that people complain about.
Yeah. And so we just thought of all these dumb
Empire State
things.
Building too short.
Yeah. Statue of Liberty too
Too
green.
We might need a spin-off show.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That's what everyone needs.
So it was surprisingly easy from there.
Yeah. So then it just clicked. We said beach too sandy, water too wet.
And we said, that's really long. Oh, well.
Yep. We don't regret it though. For some reason, it works
doesn't even
that it's
flow.
that long.
It doesn't even flow as an acronym.
Yeah, and then we
but-
talked about that. Yeah, it's the initialism.
Okay, whatever.
Is BTSWTW, and it's like that doesn't even sound
Super
that good,
catchy.
but
But
Whatever.
here we are.
like it.
So we did it anyway.
Got us this
We
far.
do what we want sometimes. Anyway, but thank you guys. That
Yeah,
was
thank
really
you,
fun.
everyone.
Another round of applause. Thank you.
I've never done a Q&A.
That was fun.
We like to talk about ourselves.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, so much for coming. We have the room until 7:30, so feel free to hang out. Alex and Christine will be here. But yeah, thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
You enjoyed.